Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I decided to make another video. Today's video is going to be a little different. I feel like every time I say that, I get so nervous right afterwards. I've been putting off making this video for 2 years, probably. Like since I started my channel, this is a video I wanted to make, but I've just not had the confidence or the words or whatever. But I told myself that this year I was going to make it, and I was going to make it before the end of June because June is Pride Month and this is a Pride-related video, I guess. I feel like most booktubers and book creators for Pride Month are like, here's a list of gay authors. Here's a list of books where girls kiss. My Pride-related video is going to be about me because everything's about me. But it might be about you as well. It's about other people, but it's mostly about my experiences and stuff I've been wanting to talk about for, like I said, like 2 years, probably. Now, again, before we get super into it, if you're usually here for the bookish content, this is going to be more writing related and querying related and being an author related and not about books. So I'm not saying leave the video. I'm just saying know what you're getting into. I don't know what I'm saying. I've been trying all morning to put together coherent thoughts because part of me is worried that I don't have enough meaningful stuff to say on the topic that I want to talk about. And part of me is worried I have too much and I don't realize it, or part of me is worried that I'm not going to make any sense at all and waste my time. But at this point, I'm just wasting time. So I'm going to be talking about the querying process when it comes to trying to be an author and how I feel as a queer person doing that. And because I'm so clever and creative, this video is going to be called Queer-ing. This is a rant video or a complaint video. I don't know what it is. This is just me talking. So I started my writing journey. I mean, I started it as a child and then I gave up because I was like, that's not a job and you need a job. But then I lost my job in 2020. I was working at a hospital doing HR at the time, and then COVID happened and all non-essential hospital staff were taken out back and executed basically, and I had no job. And because I was so sad and depressed, and you were there in 2020, you know how you felt. That's how I felt too. And because of that, I decided to write a book. I brought out my writing chops from childhood and I wrote a 127,000 word sci-fi horror that was pretty good, actually. Not to like big myself up, but it was pretty good. I had no idea what I was gonna be doing with this book that I wrote, but I sent it to my friend Ev and they were like, hey, you could publish this. And I was an idiot and like, oh my God, I could publish this. Traditionally published. So I researched the process on how to get someone to publish your book because I was not interested at the time in indie publishing. I wanted to be published by the big boys, and I discovered you have to query agents. So if you've made it this far in the video and you don't know about the publishing industry, in order, usually 99% of the time, to get your book published by a big publisher like Tor and Orbit and HarperCollins, those ones, you need a literary agent. And so I was like, cool, I'll query. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the actual like ups and downs of the querying process itself. I've already kind of done a video on that way long ago. It has awful audio, but go watch it if you want. I would say that overall, like despite the fact that this story does not end with me getting a literary agent, I was quite successful for what I did. Like as a brand new author querying for the first time ever, I got 8 full requests out of 12 submissions, which is insanely high. But part of me has always wondered if the reason I got so many full requests when compared to the peers I was like writing with at the time in my writing group, like they weren't getting requests and their writing was great and I was getting a lot, and like my writing's great, but what is the difference? And this is where this whole queer-ing thing comes into play, because I want to talk about the fact that every single agent I was querying in 2020 and 2021 was explicitly looking for diverse authors. Now, I could really go in depth on this topic because, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I come from an HR background and I know all about, at least in Canada, diversity hiring and like all of the issues and stuff that comes with. I don't want to get into like Canadian labor law right now, but it does give me an interesting perspective on how this works when it comes to querying. As far as I know, it is an agent's preference whether or not they want their authors that they're picking up to be diverse. And whatever diverse means to them, like some agents definitely will list specifically what diversity they're looking for. Some agents, very broad, they're just like, they want own voices, which is the thing that basically just means people writing stories based on their own experiences, and their own experiences have to be about being diverse. Whereas some agents are like, I want stories from specifically, East Asian, gay, non-binary men. That is what I'm looking for right now. I did see like specifically that sometimes. And I don't think it's against the law. You're not hiring. It's a whole other different type of contract. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with asking for those things. And I'm getting off track. I'm starting to ramble. The point I'm trying to make right now, before I get into the rest of the video, is that there are a lot of great reasons to look for diverse authors or diversity in any job situation, but you have to be smart about the way you do it, and you have to be, respectful, I guess, is the word that I want to say. Because when you look at me, if you are coming to my channel for the first time, I am wearing blue mascara today, so maybe you'll look at me and be like, she's gay. But if you just look at me outwardly, like, I am married to a cis white man. I present fairly feminine just in the body that I exist in, but I've come out on the channel already before. I am a pansexual, gender fluid person. And because of this, because I, in my About Me section, if I was like, hi, I'm Julianna, I live with my husband, agents look at that, people look at that and are like, okay, so she's a white girl. She's a straight white girl. Because I'm white, if you couldn't tell. So when looking at the wish lists, like the manuscript wish lists for these agents, and looking at what they're looking for and having them explicitly say that they're looking for diversity, they're looking for LGBTQIA voices, they're looking for just queer in general voices, I felt very pressured and very much like I had to out myself. Like I had to out myself to these agents to even get the time of day from them. And it sucks. It sucks. Like some agents, I don't want to name any names. I remember the names, but I don't want to name any names of people that I looked at and ultimately didn't query, or some people that I did query and then received requests from. Like some of these agents specifically are like, I am only looking for queer voices. I'm only looking for LGBTQ plus voices. And I'm like, okay, that is me, but I don't want that to be why you're looking at my book. The thing that I have poured my soul into is not about the fact that I'm queer. Don't publish me because I like women. Publish me because my book is good. Damn it. I'm in a lucky position too when it comes to this because I've been out to my husband since we met. Like he's always known. I think I used to say I was bisexual because I was a child when we met. I was 17, not an actual child. I was 17 and I was like still discovering myself, and I was bisexual. He knew that. He's seen me kiss girls. And I started discovering my gender identity later on in our relationship, and he's been extremely supportive of it. And I've always been out to him, and I'm not secretive about it, but I never came out to my family. Like to my parents, I think they discovered through my YouTube, and they don't care. They're very supportive. It's just not something that I've ever been like, I must tell them who I am. I'm just living, I'm just vibing. And honestly, if you know me and you don't know that I'm queer in some way, are you stupid? Sorry. I'm in a mood today. So I'm not in a position where I'm afraid for like my safety or anything to come out. I have no issue with it, and that's incredibly lucky for me. Like what if I was pursuing my writing career, and I had to forcibly out myself to agents when I'm not even out to my own family. Like, what if that was the case? And I guarantee that is the case for a lot of people, and that sucks. Ooh, honestly, I do feel it a little bit for another diversity quota that I was not aware of in 2020 and 2021 when I was querying. A lot of agents and publishing houses were starting to say that they wanted neurodiverse authors. And at the time when I was querying, I did not think that was me. But it is now 2024, and I've done a lot of work with my therapist and my doctors and have discovered that I am, in fact, neurodivergent. I'm still being assessed for things. I suppose I'll tell you. Here's the thing. I'm choosing to out myself as neurodiverse right now. I'm being assessed for ADHD and autism. Yay! And like, that's a whole path that we can go down in the future, when I learn more stuff, but that's not the point of the video right now. The point is, next time I query, because I do think I will be querying again soon, that's the goal. I would like to still be traditionally published one day. Yay me, I can get a leg up on the competition because I might be autistic. And it feels unfair. Like, this is the weirdest part. It feels unfair. I don't want to be picked over other aspiring authors because I like vagina. I don't want to be picked over other authors because there's something wrong with my brain. It feels so weird and wrong, and it's something in a way that I've struggled with my entire life. This is okay. No, I don't even know how to say the next thing I want to say. I have struggled most of my life with being perceived a certain way because of my appearance. Have always struggled with like body image and self-worth surrounding my appearance and everything. And people treat me certain ways because of the way I look. That's just been my whole life. And I hate it so much. I despise it. And like, a lot of this is actually tied into the gender thing. I hate being treated a certain way because I am a woman, not a woman. And it feels the same way is the only way I can describe it. Like, being treated negatively or positively because of the way I look, people thinking I'm pretty or thinking anything about me because of my body and face and whatnot, feels the same as being given special treatment in the writing community because I am queer or because I'm neurodivergent. And it feels icky, it feels bad. I don't think I can end this video with any kind of like advice or like plea to the agents. I know they mean well. I know that agents mean well, and there's a huge push for more own voices, and I think that's really important. I do think it's really important to have more diverse stories. Like, the books in general have been a very like white man dominated thing for centuries just because of like who has access to what. And it is much more diverse now with different ethnicities and different genders and different, just different types of people writing books and being published and becoming popular. And like, I love it. I love to learn. That's something I always say in like half my videos. I love to learn. So I love reading stories from backgrounds that are different to my own. But what I don't love is feeling like in order to get attention from agents, in order to get noticed, or in order to be successful, I have to like use these things about me. I have to be like, well, thank goodness I'm queer and have a weird brain, or else no one would take me seriously. Is this just the plot of Yellowface by R.F. Kuang? Kind of. I feel icky and weird. That's how I feel. I want to be published because I'm good enough. I want to be published because my book is amazing. I want to be a respected author that is respected for their work and for what they bring to the community, not for my identity and my neuro status. I hope this made any sense at all. I don't think any agents watch my videos, but if you do, if you're out there, I would just hope, even if you're looking for own voices, even if you're looking for diversity in your submissions, that you're still giving everyone a fair chance based on what they're actually submitting and not how they identify themselves in the query letter. And yeah, when I start querying the thing I'm working on right now, of course in my query letter I will be self-identifying as queer, gender fluid, autistic, neurodivergent. Because it's crazy out there. And a girl's gotta eat. So, yeah. Also, if you want to hear a story about bad agents, I literally just read this. It's not related to the video at all, but I just was reading this. So there was an agent at KT Literary Agency. This is all public knowledge, so I'm not outing anyone, but I don't remember the agent's name. But she tweeted about a pitch that she received and how great it was, and now she wants someone to write it. Like, she wished someone would write that for her. And all the comments on it were like, but not the person who pitched it. So she's basically trying to steal the idea and have someone else write it. And there's a lot of controversy surrounding it. And then ultimately the agency KT Literary has parted ways with this agent. There's some querying drama for you just to cap the video, because I have no other way to end this video. Happy Pride. That's how we'll end the video. Happy Pride, y'all. I really left this to the last possible second in June, but it is still Pride Month. I hope you all are safe and happy. I hope you all are living your best lives and getting to be the authentic you for more than just Pride Month. Thank you for coming to my video today about me complaining about things again. I did promise more complaining videos, and here's one of them. Before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. I upload 2 days a week. I love you guys. Goodbye.